Hey, Richard Beach here from SonicState.com and NAMM 2015 in the Fender sort of, well, it's a massive room, a ballroom full of amazing gear. I'm with Rick from Fender Electronics. He's going to talk us through an amp that we kind of already know a little bit about, but this is our first chance to look at it at a trade show, the Fender Vibrolux.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those amps that came out last year. A lot of people have been talking about it, but I realized some folks haven't even heard it, so we wanted to make sure that we had it here so people could check it out. With the 68 Customs, a lot of people already know this line is a great line. The Deluxes have been a big success for us, and we found this was a nice extension to the line. So with the Vibrolux, we made a previous one called the Custom Vibrolux, and that had its own thing going on. This is much more close and true to the original sound of a Vibrolux from this time period. So it's got all the appointments that 68 Customs are known for. It shares reverb and tremolo on both channels. The first channel has a Bassman tweed tone stack as opposed to the blackface, and then the second side has the blackface. So you have tonal variation, okay? It has less negative feedback, so it's the touch sensitivity thing that we've talked about previously. Still has the great tremolo and reverb that everyone loves. But this one, what's so nice about it is it's two 10-inch speakers. It's 35 watts, so it's not as loud as a twin, but a little bit louder than a Deluxe. So it fits right in the middle there, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. But with this kind of amp, it's like, you know, some of the great telly players like Roy Buchanan use these kind of amps, and they have their own thing going on because of the 10-inch speaker. So what I'm going to do is I want to play a little bit clean for you with some reverb. I'm going to crank it up a little bit so you can hear the nice natural distortion that it has, and then we're going to check out the tremolo and see how that sounds.
Okay, cool. Yeah, take it away, man. So this is a bit more cranked now?
Yeah. We've got the volume at 8. I turned down the reverb just a little bit so it doesn't get too splashy, because these have great reverb. So yeah, and just a little bit of humbucker and...
Nice, and it's really not deafening loudness either.
No, it's a great volume for stage. You know, we know these days sometimes it's hard to get an amp at the right volume to make sure that the tubes sound the way they should. So this one's just right in the mix there. So if it twins too loud for you, this is the one.
Cool. And can we hear a bit of that tremolo as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I forgot to mention that's actually 2 bias tremolo on this, so it has that really nice, full kind of throbbing, pulsating tremolo that people really like in amps.
Yeah, I was actually lucky enough to have a play with one of these at True Time Music in California before coming out, and it's really one of those amps that you just run it clean, play around with the tremolo, play around with the reverb, and just get lost in it for a really long time, just playing chords, letting them ring out. It's kind of a really, it's kind of like an intimate amplifier. You feel like it's really doing a lot for you when you're playing, which I guess it's hard to put across on camera in the middle of a show at NAMM. But I don't know, for me, like when you're just kind of doing slow playing, it's when it really comes to life and breathes and does a lot of work for you, I guess, as a guitarist.
Yeah, the organic nature of the tubes and just having them at the right volume are all those things. And we realize it's like, you know, people watch these videos, we're dealing with compression and a mic in front of this, and we're doing this, you know, fast and furious. Yeah. So it's always best to go try something out in person because it's very hard to capture the nature of a tube amp in a soundbite, you know. That's one of those things, but you know, it's a great sounding amp. Something I should mention to your viewers too, if they have the chance to try this, try it with an ABY box, okay? You can plug in both channels. You can set one for your distortion, one for your clean. Then you hit the Y, and then you've got both channels together as a boost. So you actually have a 3-channel amp just by using an ABY box.
Cool. Yeah. That's a good trick. So obviously it's available now. What's the price on it, the street price?
Actually, the same price as the Landau, okay. $1099. So it's a good price point there.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks once again for taking us through the amp. And there's other videos from Fender from NAMM 2015 at sonicstate.com/amped. As always, thank you very much for watching.